Talk about a finals matchup that nobody saw coming.
SGA and the Thunder going toe-to-toe with Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers in the NBA Finals. Let's get into it.
Preseason odds from Vegas show how unlikely this matchup actually was. Oklahoma City was 10-1 odds, which were 5th best, and Indiana was 50-1 odds for the 15th best odds to make it this far. Now, if you put money on this matchup at the start of the season, I need to know your Cash App and I want to be your friend.
This is business!
So, how did we get here? How did a team with a starting 5, younger than the starting 5 of the Auburn Tigers in the NCAA Final Four, get to this point? How did a team of cast-offs and unproven guys run through the East like a wrecking ball? How did a team with only 1 year of real playoff experience dethrone the best player in the world and the supposed to be next face in line of the league to make the finals? How did a team with the most overrated player in the league and most overlooked all-star make their first final appearance in a quarter century? I have the answer to those and many more in this Super Finals preview, and yes, I will make my pick at the end, and it might just surprise you. So, how do these teams match up? Let's break it down. Offense versus defensive style. First up is OKC's offense versus the Pacers' defense.
Let's go!
Now, I think the Pacers have the most underrated defense in the entire NBA. They have no all-NBA caliber defenders and have so-called minus defenders all over the court. Yet, with all of that, they are still in the finals, and as we've been told our whole lives, defense wins championships. So how do they do it? Well, they pressure the crap out of you from opening tip. They pressure. Their goal is to force every decision and play you make on offense difficult. Nothing comes easy when you're playing the Pacers. There's no elaborate or fancy schemes or traps, just 100% effort from all 5 guys the whole game. I truly believe defense is less about skill and more about effort and teamwork, and this team has the latter in spades. Now let's talk about what they will have to face in the Thunder offense. This team is much more than the MVP in gilgeous-alexander. Jalen J-Dub Williams was 3rd team All-NBA and would be the leading scorer on half the teams in the league. Every player that hits the floor for the Thunder is skilled and can make something happen. That is exactly what GM Sam Presti wanted to build here. An offensive team that could play 5 out with all 5 being a threat at all times. Now damn, that is hard to guard. So here's how I think it matches up. This will be the toughest defense Oklahoma City will face all postseason. How they maneuver this challenge will be key to deciding the series. Will the secondary playmakers have the ability to answer the call when SGA and J-Dub need it? Or will Indiana have the ability to slow them down enough so that the Thunder Stars think they have to do it all? To me, that will be the key. Oklahoma City has a very democratic offense. Everybody has the freedom and ability to create, but if it's not there, give it back to SGA and let the MVP do his thing. Against the Nuggets, their secondary playmakers were up and down, causing them to lose games they should have won. But versus the T-Wolves, those players stepped up in a big way. Just look at the performances of J-Dub and Chet Holmgren on the road in Game 4. How Indiana plays those secondary guys will be how this matchup plays out. They are not going to stop SGA. He's going to get his 30. It's about how all the other players play with him. I think Indiana can and will use their pressure to slow down the others just enough to force the Thunder into either taking much tougher shots or needing SGA to bail them out. Now let's flip the script to the Pacers offense versus the Thunder defense. This run-it-down-your-throat Pacers offense is facing the best defense I've seen since the 04 Detroit Pistons. The Pacers thrive in chaos. They push on every miss and turnover. Hell, they even push it on the opponent's made baskets. They are go, 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 and that style is going to need to be turned up to 11 because the Thunder's half-court defense is going to give the Pacers fits. I think the key for the Pacers is getting as many points as they can against the Thunder before they can get set. And the key for the Thunder is to slow them down so they can get their defense set and get focused on controlling Halliburton. Halliburton makes the whole Pacers team go. Not in a scoring 30 plus points kind of way, but in setting everyone else kind of way. I heard ESPN's great NBA analyst Chiney Ogwumike say that the Pacers like to play north and south, and getting them to go east and west is key, and I haven't agreed with the statement more in a while. That is the perfect way to see who wins this matchup. If the Thunder can make Haliburton dance and dribble from side to side more and limit his downhill attacks so he can't get the rest of the Pacers going, that's the answer to this matchup. A few other things I'm interested in seeing play out is who will guard Pascal Siakam for the Thunder? Is it Chet or J-Dub? And will Siakam be able to control those matchups like he did in the Eastern Conference playoffs? Next is, who will the Pacers target? In the Knicks series, they attacked Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns relentlessly. So who will that be in this series, and can they do better than the Knicks? How will the Pacers match up with Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren? Who will have the advantage between the two, and can they make the Pacers pay? Also, the last one I have is, how will all these players play on the biggest stage of them all? Only Alex Caruso and Siakam have been to the finals. For everybody else, this is uncharted territory. How are they going to handle it? That is going to be a huge indicator. As you can tell from this long, in-depth breakdown, I am pumped for this series. There's so many questions, so many players ready to step up, and some ready to be anointed where they belong. I just hope we get 7 great games to enjoy this matchup of small market teams who built their teams the right way. Thanks for watching. Oh wait, you wanted my pick. I go Thunder in 7. I think the defense of Oklahoma City will slow down Haliburton and the rest of the Pacers just enough to win, but I also don't feel super confident in this pick at all. Want to get a jump on what is coming in this potentially awesome 2025 draft? Check out my video on my 3 favorite players in the upcoming draft. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button, because that really does help us reach new audiences and keep creating the content that you all love. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.